It's your boy So Juve, and we in the building. And welcome to a bonus episode of the My 5 Cents podcast. Let me go ahead and introduce the cast of characters. To my that way, we got HLS.
Bet your last step in the building. What's up, fellas?
What's going on? And to my that way, we got the logical genius.
Yo, the logical one is in the building. Let's go.
And welcome to this bonus episode of the My 5 Cents podcast, the best kept secret in podcasting, in which we review the top 5 news stories of the past week. And HLS, kick us off with what we got at number 5.
Good news for some Oreo fans in the new year, guys. Arguably the best-selling cookie in the US is introducing its first ever zero sugar version. Oreo Zero Sugar and Oreo Double Stuffed Zero Sugar are hitting shelves in January. The company behind the cookie says these will be permanent additions and is responding to growing demand for mindful indulgence. To keep the classic taste, the cookies use a blend of sweeteners I'm even going to try to pronounce instead of traditional sugars. Guys, do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing? What's up?
Hey, if y'all haven't listened to the episode with Jen Trepic about
Yes.
unhealthy foods, I'm on my journey. And I'm sorry, this zero sugar Oreo sounds like a trap. It sounds like this alternative sugar, fake sugar. I feel like fake sugar is probably worse than real sugar there. I'm not buying. How you would have a double stuffed zero sugar Oreo? Like that's like an oxymoron. I'm not believing it at all. Get out of here with this.
Yeah, I always thought, and maybe there is one that's existing, that Double Soft Oreo was a good title for a porn movie, but I thought the same thing. The first person that came to mind, so Jew, was Jen, our good friend Jen from the Side of Fries podcast, where she was like, it has this, because I read through the list, has all these like 3 or 4 artificial sweeteners, has something that makes it look thicker in volume, but it's all highly processed. So, I mean, making it healthier is a stretch, I guess, because it's healthier than the previous version. But how much healthier is it? And is it even healthy to begin with? So I don't know about this one. I haven't had an Oreo in a long time, but personally, I'm on that same clean eating diet. So not for me.
I never thought I had a sweet tooth until my doctor said, hey, listen, you need to change your diet because you're pre-diabetic. Since then, I think mentally I was like, oh, I need some sweets. So I started to do the zero sugar variety of chocolate, zero sugar this, zero sugar that. And yes, I listened to the episode, but in my mind, I'm like, there has to be something to satisfy my sweet tooth outside of just apples and oranges. Like, I want a cookie every now and again. I want some chocolate. So I will be trying the zero sugar Oreos.
Oh no!
No.
At least I got to give it a shot.
Man.
Take some whipped cream. Just eat some whipped cream. Just a little whipped cream, and I'll take care of your sweet tooth.
Seriously.
Give that a shot.
All right, coming to that number 4. Speaking of grocery prices in the United States have reached a new record, with the average family of 4 now spending around $1,030 per month. Analysts say the rise is driven by supply chain issues, inflation, increased production costs. Economists explain that essential items such as meat, dairy, produce, and packaged goods have seen consistent price increases over the past 2 years. Families have reported noticeable strain on their monthly budgets as food becomes one of the most expensive household expenses. Gentlemen, there was an election. The cost of eggs was like a big piece of the election. Do we feel like we have solved the egg crisis?
I don't think so. I actually was at a Trader Joe's yesterday, and I remembered then the whole egg-demic, I guess, if you want to call it that, where because of the I forgot what it was, the bird flu or something like that, it impacted the production of eggs. So eggs were at a scarcity, prices skyrocketed, and shelves were relatively empty. And I saw the same thing yesterday. I'm like, I'm all the eggs, and I didn't realize this was happening. Um, I wonder how much of this has to do with, I'm sure it does, with all the whole tariff thing, right? Trump raising tariffs or adding tariffs to different companies. I know we make a lot of our own foods, but we also import a lot of foods as well. So I'm curious to see how much of that has an impact on the skyrocketing prices of groceries. But I feel like this isn't. It's every year. You hear it every year. Grocery prices go up. Milk is expensive. Eggs are expensive. Like the essential items that people buy all the time. So I feel like it's never ending with this stuff.
You know what baffles me a little bit is that we have all this technology, right? We have all this technology in farmland, and like, we're not out here like picking our own cotton anymore, right? Like we have machines now to do it. We have machines now. We have you know this kind of labor, so to speak, for some of these fruits and vegetables. We're not milking cows by hand anymore, right? We have machines to do it. I don't understand how this technology is not helping lower prices. I, I'm kind of baffled by that part. I do understand how we're in a capitalist society where everyone's looking to make an extra dollar on top of the dollar on top of the dollar. But enough's enough. Enough's enough. Home prices are going up, food prices are going up, minimum wage is still staying the same, and even if you do increase it a little bit, it doesn't do anything because other prices are still increasing. So we're just kind of
Mm-hmm.
keeping that same level. It's a sad state of affairs.
Yeah, capitalism is at an all-time high for sure. That is a piece of it. I think for me, even more concerning than maybe the groceries, of course, that's a need, is the want of entertainment. The fact that like you try to go to a concert, you're shelling out like 1,000 to 1,200 you could on a dang concert. The resellers are just putting things through the roof, and then
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna make people happy by putting a tariff, what is it, not tax but a tariff relief, or I don't know what the heck he's calling it.
Mm.
And then people are gonna be seduced by that little $2,000 that's gonna be gone in the next month. So I
The
mean,
next day, probably not even a month.
yeah,
Yeah.
all I know is the revolution is on its way, because can't pay for eggs, can't pay for entertainment. People are going to get big mad. What do we got going on at number three?
Speaking of big mad, speaking of capitalism, speaking of money, um, Netflix shocked the Hollywood and shocked the world actually by lining up a $72 billion deal to buy Warner Brothers Discovery, giving it HBO, DC, the DC comic book franchise or company, and one of the biggest studio libraries on Earth. But before the ink can dry, Paramount stormed in with a hostile all-in cash bid worth up to $108 billion, accusing Warner Brothers board of selling it too low and taking their offer straight to the shareholders. Warner Brothers board initially picked Netflix's bid, but Paramount is now going directly to shareholders with its cash offer, creating an unpredictable bidding war. Netflix wants to buy Warner Brothers to cement its streaming dominance, while Paramount wants to supercharge the Skydance merger, and regulators are circling in. Fellas, we love television, we love film, we love movies. What do we think about this? Good or bad?
You know, I used to hate cable because I felt like I had to buy this package and there were like 15 channels I didn't want. So I was like, I wish I could buy like this thing's a la carte. Like if I could just get like MTV, if I could just get, VH1 and HBO, I'll be good. And now they did it and I hate it. Because there's all these streaming services with all this content. And I gotta join this one, and I gotta join that one, and I gotta join that one. And now with this merger, it could be going back to that cable route where everything is in one lump sum. I can't figure it out. I just don't want the prices to continue going up, just like we, as Social Juve said, with entertainment. I just want to sit home and watch a movie, watch a TV show.
Yeah, I think for me, when I see this news article, I just think about poor Blockbuster. Blockbuster, you
Yeah.
blew it by not buying this dang Netflix. Now look at
Mm-hmm.
what they're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine you guys scoffed at the idea of Netflix. Oh, nobody, people want to come to the store to rent movies, and now look at them buying out Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
That is wild, 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 wild. So that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I agree with you. So like thinking back, like Netflix started at this small little every company starts small, but like they were renting out CDs basically, right? For those who remember CDs or DVDs, excuse me. Oh, and CDs,
Yeah.
I think they did music
Yes.
as well. To becoming this like media conglomerate, basically, right?
Yeah.
Like, and if you think of it in the grand scheme of things, like I looked it up, where I think Warner Brothers, which has merged with Discovery over the years, like it's 100 years old, and here comes this little kid company, Netflix,
Yeah.
buying them out. Crazy, it's crazy. Yeah, I think it's good in the sense that, well, I don't know. I think one of the concerns like that people were having was that this becomes like a whole like this big giant streaming service that no one can compete with, and right, and in the United States we have laws on monopoly and monopolization and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see how it plans out, because I remember reading something about it having to go through the administration, like, or something like that, for review. I don't know if they have to approve it or okay the deal, but it's going to be interesting how it plays out, because if they do merge, then I'm curious, like is Netflix then becoming like Amazon of like entertainment, right? Amazon was taking over in terms of shopping. Now is it everything going to go through Netflix? So interesting when it plays out.
Yeah. True
What we
story.
got at number two?
Guys, the number two, the land down under is doing something super positive, at least in my opinion, super positive for teenagers. Australia has just become the first country in the world to ban social media for children under 16. Major platforms like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook must block users 16 and under or pay fines up to $33 million. The move takes a major step to protect young people from online harm such as bullying, body image issues, and other harmful content. At the same time, though, tech companies and free speech supporters have criticized the law, warning about how difficult it will be to enforce. Several other countries have expressed interest in this similar age based social media restrictions, and that could actually mark a major shift in how governments regulate on-site online access for minors. Guys, is this good? Is this bad? Is this freedom of speech? Is it not? What are your thoughts?
I criticize this. I'm definitely criticizing this. The reason being is I didn't hear nothing about no Roblox. Roblox needs to be on the list. That's what's taking over. You want to talk about a takeover? Yo, these kids, that's all they do. So, like, the social media, they don't care about no Instagram. They care about the Roblox. So let's ban that, and then I'm with you, Australia, and any other country that wants to do it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this, because on one hand, I'm like, is this really going to work? Like what they're going to create is an underground of teenagers, like kind of like back in the day during like was it the prohibition with alcohol? Right? You have these speakeasy social media
Speaking of
bars,
Instagram.
right? Where kids are like in the corner playing with Instagram and whatever. And like if you think about it, nowadays, we have like ratings from movies and shows and all that stuff. But parents or their kids are still watching R-rated movies, and kids still have access to R-rated stuff, pornography, smut films, whatever you want to call it, like all the stuff that should be banned or whatever. And so touched on a lot of like a good thing with Roblox, because social media now isn't just like your traditional social media platform. Like a lot of games have a social community or social media aspect where you can chat, you could communicate or whatever through the game itself. You don't have to be on an Instagram or a TikTok or whatever to communicate with others. You can communicate within its own community within the game. So I don't know how much this really helps. Like I can see it being like, aha, we're doing something, but ultimately what kids are going to look at it is like, you guys are just being old. You don't get it. Right. That's what they're going to look at it as. And they're not going to listen. They're going to figure out a way to do it. And it's, I don't know, again, I don't know how much help it's going to do.
I like it. At least I feel like people are trying. I'm hoping it goes back to, granted, I'm a man of a certain age, but I hope it goes back to when I was younger. Like we were outside. We were outside. The social media was like, it's funny. There was a post I saw online some while ago. Like the hot spot when you saw all the bikes parked on someone's lawn, right? Like those are the likes, right? Those are the likes when I was a kid. This is the hot house. This person has the pool. This person has the big backyard. And I was outside when I was younger. I wasn't online, doing social media things. I wasn't looking to do that. I was looking to play. And I'm hoping, maybe kids could be kids again.
Not gonna do it. You know what did it? You know what did it over the last 10 years? COVID. That's what took kids outside. Remember that? Like when there was a report saying that kids are now outside doing more social activities because they've been locked in for so long that they want to do something different. COVID caused people and kids to go outside and kind of interact back like you did in your day, right? So unless another COVID happens, I don't see it happening. But
we'll see.
I guess we'll see.
Well, speaking of outside, we had an animal that was outside over the weekend. A raccoon broke into a closed liquor store in Ashland, Virginia over the weekend, climbing through the ceiling and heading straight for the bottom shelves stocked with whiskey and scotch. It smashed bottles, knocked over shelves, and left liquor puddled in the floor. By morning, the store staff discovered the masked bandit passed out drunk in the employee bathroom. Gentlemen, is this your idea of a good time? Is this the outside that you're referring to, HLS?
Listen. You know what's so funny about that? I've been that raccoon before.
Yeah. Facts.
I've been that raccoon had a good time, and it's funny because he ended up right where he should have, in the bathroom, right by that porcelain throne, just in case. So kudos to the raccoon because he had a good time.
Yeah, I mean, the image that was taken was hilarious. Like laid out on his stomach, flat. We've all been there, right next to the toilet. I'm surprised it was if it was tall enough, it probably would have had his arm on the toilet seat, right? Just like what happened. Like, I'm just curious what happened to it afterwards. Like, I wonder if the staff took care of it and like, are you cool? Yeah, you got home safely or whatever? Took him home or whatever, or they just threw him out into the streets? I hope they didn't throw him out to the streets and like, listen, this guy had a good time last night. He deserves to be home peacefully and getting some rest. So hopefully he's okay for the next I guess, binge weekend that he's gonna have.
Well, hopefully they checked him into rehab because clearly that's what the raccoon needs is some damn rehab. My gosh. But yeah, for sure. I think what I love most about it is the animal instinct of I need to get to the bathroom. I need to get to that toilet. And he was almost there and he just missed the toilet. Like, who cannot relate with that? Maybe those people who don't drink, but I know for me who have had some nights that just was a little bit too many. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can definitely relate. So I guess this is our 5 cents from last week. I guess until next time, drink up, everybody.
Cheers.